Bank execs reveal how Obama and Biden twisted their arms, forced them to cancel conservatives. Diabolical work, man. They have such a hatred for conservatives that they didn't want them to be banked. They wanted them debanked. This is wrong. I can't believe the government got away with this. This is how corrupt the government is. This is how corrupt the deep state is. This is how corrupt the Democrats are. They do this because they hate you. They have a deep, deep disdain from you where they don't even want you to have a normal life. They want to, like I said, debank you, deplatform you. But we're going to talk about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. That's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from Red State, and they report that in early August, Donald Trump signed the Guaranteeing Fair Banking for All Americans executive order. Debanking, as we've written, it says, is when financial institutions abruptly refuse to do business with certain entities, conservative outfits, and unceremoniously shutter their accounts with no explanation. I mean, we've seen this with Kanye West and tons of other people and conservatives. It's sinister. It's censorship. It's un-American. It is used ruthlessly by both Obama and Biden administrations, according to bank executives who are now speaking out. Fox News Digital spoke with two executives at leading U.S. banks who asked to remain anonymous, fearing reprisals. The executives said that ambiguity in federal laws was exploited by regulators under the Obama and Biden administrations in order to pursue political objectives. According to one executive, banks were pressured to deny services to certain industries as part of Operation Choke Point and Operation Choke Point 2.0. Wow, they had a name for it. Can you think of a more sinister sounding campaign than Operation Choke Point, right? When there's ambiguity in the law, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And for a long time, the beholder was the Obama and Biden administration, the official said. Wow. The president full tweet reads, today, POTUS signed an executive order to ensure that federal regulators do not promote policies and practices that allow financial institutions to deny or restrict services based on political beliefs, religious beliefs, or lawful business activities, ensuring fair access to banking for all Americans. And then they posted that back on August 7th, 2025. You would think that was already a law, right? You would think that the government wouldn't be allowed to debank people like that, people because of their political beliefs. You would think that, right? But they find loopholes. It's the same thing they did with the censorship and deplatforming people because they didn't like their speech. Evil, man. Biden and Obama were evil. But the president's second son, Eric, showed what did it say? Should know all about it. He says Capital One shut down over 300 Trump Organization business accounts in 2021. Wow. I didn't know that. And Donald Trump himself says he too fell victim to discriminatory practice, and his wife and son were hit as well. I mean, just think about that. You're refusing a utility. Banking is, you have to have a bank. That's considered a utility. You have to have this. And to think that you can't have a bank because of your political beliefs is super duper un-American. But it said Trump claimed to be a victim of debanking and accused JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and others of refusing more than $1 billion in his deposits. I mean, think about that. Banks make money off of how much money you have in their banking system. To turn down $1 billion, wow. It had to come from high up there. That's how you know. First Lady Melania Trump wrote in her memoir that she and her son Barron were debanked as well. She said, quote, "I was shocked and dismayed to learn that my longtime bank decided to terminate my account and deny my son the opportunity to open a new one. This decision appeared to be rooted in political discrimination, raising serious concerns about civil rights violations," Melania wrote. Wow. Let's play this. What is this clip here? State Financial Officer Foundation said victory for religious freedom after years of pressure from Jerry Lee Bowyer and others. Bank of America has dropped its viewpoint rule and policy that fueled the debanking of conservative and faith-based groups. Persistence works. Debanking must end everywhere. This was August 14th. For a few days ago. Let's play this clip. Oh, that's just a GIF. Funny. But the process was simple but devious. If either the Obama or Biden administration didn't like a company's attitude or a news outlet's opinions, they'd sic regulators on their banks. Another senior banking executive said that negative news coverage was considered criteria for reputational risk during the period between 2020 presidential election and Trump's return to the Oval Office in 2024. He was subject to a flurry of lawsuits and negative press. Banks, according to the official, responding to the wishes of regulators, will use the negative press directed at conservatives as a pretext to debank them. Quote, "It's all kind of a setup. It's like somebody set the table and it all ends up focusing on Republicans and conservatives," the executive said. Wow. Democrats are constantly shrieking about Trump's authoritarian streak and how he's a threat to democracy. Time and time again, however, it is revealed that they themselves are the real despots. Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. It says Team Trump has been thinking outside the box, and it's refreshing after 4 years of Biden malaise. Absolutely. I mean, it's I can't believe. I mean, we knew this was happening. We talked about it. We talked about the debanking and stuff like that. But to find out that it does really go to the top and have officials coming out actually speaking on this is just crazy. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave y'all comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.